Hello, happy Transfer Tuesday. So, I have some exciting news that's kind of really driving our transfers this week. Unfortunately, it's not our tax return yet, but we did get our first reimbursement for our DCFSA. So, that's the Dependent Care Flexible Spending Account, and this is something that I contribute to every single paycheck. I think it's a little over $200, comes out of my paycheck every 2 weeks, pre-tax, and then I can use this money to cover childcare expenses. So I've gotten my first reimbursement of that last week, and that was $900. So that's really going to help us out with our transfers this week. So if you're new to Transfer Tuesday, it's the day of the week where we try to make money moves in a positive direction. So whether that's paying off debt or saving and investing, it doesn't really matter as long as you're making moves in a positive direction, and it doesn't matter how big those moves are or how small those moves are. It's just important to get practicing. We're currently working on investing and paying down debt. These past couple of weeks, we've been primarily focused on contributing to our HSA while also making our regular debt payments. Last month, we were really focused on paying down debt. We do have the goal of paying off our truck loan this year in the next couple months, actually, hopefully. But we put that on a pause in order to contribute to our HSA for last year so that we could get a larger tax return. And then we're also going to try to contribute to this year's HSA in order to reduce our taxable income and also just have that HSA available to us. We also don't know if halfway through the year we're going to lose access to the HSA. It all depends on my husband's workplace and how they're going to change up the health care, which may happen halfway through the year when they do open enrollment and stuff. But if you're new here, my husband and I are in our 30s. We have a 1.5-year-old daughter, almost 1.5. We are trying to save up for retirement. We're currently really close to Coast FIRE. If you don't know what that means, FIRE is the Financial Independence Retire Early movement, and that is where you really want to save up as fast as you can, as much as you can, so that you can retire early. I was really influenced by that when I got my first job as a software engineer back in 2018. But we are currently about Coast FIRE, which means that we never have to contribute to our retirement accounts again, and we should have enough to retire on. If things go as they have gone historically, we are probably going to have quite a few $1,000,000 in retirement if we never contribute ever again. But we are planning to continue to contribute just because we do want to retire a little bit early. Like we would have that millions of dollars sometime around 65 or whatever. But we would like to retire, at least I would like to retire early. My husband, he loves to work, so he may just continue to keep working, which will help us out with our Coast FIRE journey because his work will cover our living expenses. And we don't need as much income because we don't have to save as much for retirement. But for the next couple of years, we're still working on saving things up, especially some of those investments that we can access prior to 59.5. So that would be like an after-tax brokerage or the Roth IRA where we're able to withdraw the principal. Okay, so this week we have some debt payoff and also the savings that I mentioned, thanks to the return of our DCFSA. So first we had our truck payment come out. That's automatic every other Monday. We paid $311.07. So that came out, and that balance has been slowly going down. these past couple of weeks because we stopped contributing extra, but it's below $9,000 now, which is really nice. Next, we have our 2 manual contributions that we are doing. First is to our daughter's 529. We have a goal of contributing $5,000 to this every year, or at least for the first couple of years. This will be for future education costs, but she can also roll it into a Roth IRA. I think right now it's something like $65,000 you can roll into a Roth IRA, but you need to have it open for 15 years in order to do that. So we're contributing to this so that if she needs it for education, she can use it for that, or she can roll over anything extra into a Roth IRA to help her out with retirement. We're contributing the $5,000 because for our plan within our state, we can get a state tax deduction for contributing up to $5,000 for that. So that's why that's our goal. You can obviously contribute more or less, but we want to try to take full advantage of the tax breaks that we have access to. Oh, so that was $415 because we are contributing like an even amount every single month. One month we're going to have to contribute a little bit more just to hit that $5,000. I think it's like $435, but this month we're only doing $415. And then the rest of that reimbursement will leave us with about $700 that we can contribute to our 2025 HSA. As I mentioned, we're trying to max this one out, although we don't know exactly how much my husband's workplace will be contributing. So we are going to contribute about $5,100 because we estimate that his workplace, so his workplace contributes about $280 a month to his HSA. It's a little bit, I think it's a few more cents than that, and it has to do with how much they pay for his health insurance premium, and it's not like a match, they just give it to him. So I think the maximum that we can contribute in 2025 to the HSA is $8,550 for a family plan. So they would be contributing $3,360-ish, and so we can contribute about $5,100. I'm just keeping it lower just in case, and then at the end of the year, I will make sure, or right before we file our taxes next year, I will make sure that we have maxed that out, as long as we still have access to the HSA. So if we lose access to the HSA in June or July, whenever they do open enrollment, then we will be sure that we completely max it out right before we lose access. Because if this is our final year to be able to contribute to the HSA, then we want to make sure we take full advantage of that, since we haven't been taking full advantage of it for the past few years when we should have. But it's investing late is better than not investing at all. So that's what we're doing. So $700 I'm contributing to the 2025 HSA. I will pop up something on the screen for that. And I missed a roundup from last week. So either late last Tuesday or early on Wednesday, I had an Acorns roundup. Acorns is my after-tax brokerage account. I contribute very minimally to this. It's just $5 a month is what I contribute. I pay $1 a month to have this open. I have about $15,000 in there. It's very fluctuating right now with the stock market going down, whatever it's doing. So I'm still contributing to it every month. And then I have the roundups turned on, which every time you make a purchase with a linked card, it rounds up the change, and then it pulls that from your checking account to contribute to your brokerage account. So I had one of those last week, and it was $5.20. I think that's everything for my Transfer Tuesday this week. If you made any transfers this week, I would love to hear about them. I love to cheer everyone on. I love that everyone is making money moves in a positive direction. We're all working on our finances here. I love this community, so thank you for being here.